Hi, welcome back to TheHalfNakedChef.com. I'm your host, Alexander. Today we are going to do a simple omelet the way I like it. I have here 1 glass filled with water, which I'm going to set in the sink, and an empty glass. We're going to start with cooking the eggs, or preparing the eggs. Easiest way I have found to prepare an egg is just like that. And what it is, it requires cracking the egg over your 4 fingers and letting the yolk stay in your hands like that. Now when you plop the yolk into water, it's going to sit in there, and then you can use that further down the road. So I'm going to do this with 6 eggs real quick. That's what I like to eat on my omelet. And the reason I'm washing the eggshells out is because when you throw them in the trash, washing them out will help them stop the smell. Now this one is going to have runny yolks, again how I prefer them. So after we have our 6 eggs, and I'm running water so I can keep my hands relatively clean while I'm preparing food. Okay, so just like that. We now have 6 egg yolks in here. And we have all of our egg in there. Now what I'm going to do, I have here a large pan, good for 6 eggs. We use a little bit of olive oil. That's to stop the yolks from sticking. I'm going to move that around a little. And put the whites into the pan. Now, I usually turn the pan up halfway. Get them nice and cooked. Alright, in the meantime, we're going to set the yolks aside. We are going to grab some bread. I personally like 2 or 3 slices of bread. 2 slices of bread. Toaster, set that on nice and light. And now while that's preparing, I also prefer an avocado. Avocados are quick and easy to make, and there'll be another instructional video on how to prepare and save an avocado so it doesn't brown. But I just cut it in half, open it up. I'm going to use the half without the stone in it. Now in order to prepare an avocado, I'm just going to quickly score in there. Score the other way as well. Okay, now that the bread popped up, we're going to get our bread, and I like a little bit of butter on mine. There we go. Okay, now I personally like to use about half the avocado. And next, after we've scored it, we can place it on the bread, just like so. The neat thing I like about cutting the avocado is that you can kind of smear it like a paste. Now even though this does add a little bit of extra fat to the meal, it also adds a nice flavor. And some of those fruits and vegetables we don't eat often enough. Okay, while your egg is cooking, you can take your spatula, kind of work your way around the sides a little bit. easiest way to tell when the egg is ready to be flipped, it moves around easily, and the top is only slightly liquid. So we're going to take it and see if I can do it without breaking it. Okay, now we have it flipped. Now it's time to add the yolks. Okay, now we're going to set this aside for 1 sec. Let's grab our eggs, put that on the cutting board. Okay, now we have here the yolks that we're working on. I like 2 unbroken yolks. There's 1. There's 2. Now the easiest trick I found is to take a little metal bowl and cover that. So what it does is that steams the yolks a little bit so they're not quite as runny. Makes them a little bit more sanitary if you still like your yolks runny. I'm going to place that back on the stove and turn that down a little bit. Now for me, I like a nice healthy red pepper on top, so we're going to take our red pepper and wash that off a little bit. I usually use about half red pepper. So we're going to slice that in half. Take the seeds out. And while our eggs are just finishing up, we're going to cut it into some nice thin slices. Okay, then we're going to take our eggs off the stove. And be careful because that bowl is a little bit hot, as you can see. Okay. Take our avocado and eggs. Where's my spatula? We're going to spoon that over the top like that. Our red peppers on there. And I like to add a little bit of pepper to give it some spice. There you go. Pop the yolks. Let them run over the eggs a little bit. There you have it, folks. One easy to make omelet, 6 eggs, half a pepper, some avocado, a little bit of bread and butter. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly. Have a great night.